is it often much more expensive to try to get new customers compared to getting your present customers to buy more? Yes, that's very true. It costs you a boatload more money to get more customers. In fact, I was looking at the numbers for Wayfair. It's a big online shopping site. You may have heard of them. They sell furniture, all things. Their cost of acquisition, which is what it costs to get a customer, was pegged at $195. Just let that sink in. They have to spend almost $200 to get a customer. And that average customer is buying something that costs $400. And they're giving, I think they're giving free or low price shipping both ways. So you do the math. If they didn't have VC money behind them, would they be able to be in business? Absolutely not. Well, the same for you is knowing your numbers. So yes, it costs a lot more for you to get a new customer than to take care of an old one. But he goes on. What are the key things to do to give your present customers the best possible service and deals so they want to keep visiting your shop? Well, the best way is you have an exceptional experience. So when they walk out of that door, they say, wow, I would go nowhere else. You know, they have on their butt, it's branded your brand, and they couldn't imagine going anywhere else. Unless and until you have a branded shopping experience, you are going to have people who are loyal to price, not loyal to the store. And that's a very big deal. Because let's say you're convenient. Let's say you're on the way from here to a city that's, 10 miles away, and you're convenient, you're on my way. Well, you have me as a customer because maybe there's no one else around. What happens if somebody comes in 4 miles from me? Am I going to go out of my way to come visit you? Maybe, but probably not, because most of us have not really worked on a branded customer experience. That's what makes a loyal customer. I do yoga and I go to Lululemon and they do an amazing job, but I don't do all the stuff they do. I just know the stuff that they do in their local community. So you see their local yoga instructors are around, their pictures are around the store. They move on all of their racks so that they can do yoga in Sunday afternoons. They set goals for every one of their employees to develop them, whether they work with Lululemon or they go on to other things. So you get this whole philosophy, you get this whole idea of what that shop is like, and it sticks with you. Now compare that to your toy store, jewelry store, gift store, whatever it's going to be, and you're just a warehouse selling stuff. I don't think that's a compelling reason for me to want to come back. So to your point, you're asking what deals to get them to visit your store. Look, there's always somebody cheaper. And because you put 20% off this weekend only, I know that if I walk in there on Monday, you're going to give me 20% off. So that's kind of gone. That whole lever is gone. The only thing you can compete on is the experience in your four walls. So if you want to have great customer service, then you're going to recognize me and I walk in the door and you're going to say, hi, Bob. And you're going to be able to have a different conversation because you remember what I bought from you before, et cetera. Or if that's really too granular for you, at least you're going through and treating me with an exceptional sales process. Because there are three parts to a sale. There is first engaging a stranger, and then discovering the shopper, and then making the customer. Most retailers work on that last three. But that would be like going to a movie and having half the movie cut off. You wouldn't have any affinity to it. You wouldn't understand it. You wouldn't really feel like, oh, I want to have that experience again, because all you're really trying to do is to get me to buy your one widget today, which frankly, that's just not worth the effort to drive out of my way. But I will drive out of my way if I have an exceptional experience where I get a positive energy, right? I don't have bitter Betty behind the counter. Next. Is that all for you? Here's your change. Next. And that may not be you, but that is the perception of a lot of brick and mortar retailers right now, which is not an exceptional experience. What it is not even an average experience. It's work to go to your store because you haven't thought about how to merchandise it. It isn't Instagrammable. You haven't had training for your employees. You're just happy somebody can basically come in and fog a mirror. Oh, they're alive. Can you work today? And there's no criteria. So of course there's no feeling with the shopper. And the problem is the shopper becomes loyal to your low price, not to that experience. So I hope that helps.